Okay, well, I still haven't had time to do very much with regard videos. I've made a few comments around the place that some of you may have seen. I came across this by this Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. Bob Lazar, you may know, has been spruiking this science fiction story for 30 years that he worked for S4. Worked at S4 for Los Alamos. He worked for Los Alamos, and he's been reverse engineering alien spacecraft. He's doing pretty well, really, for a photo lab developer. This is another video. This is a sort of trailer for a film that this guy's done about Bob Lazar. Now, this is by Jeremy Canyon Lockyer Corbell, better known as Jeremy Corbell, the snake oil salesman that tried to peddle the Skinwalker Ranch nonsense. Now, I don't know whether he's calling himself Jeremy Kenyon Lockyer Corbell, hoping you won't actually notice it's the same Jeremy Corbell that produced that other load of rubbish, but anyway, regardless, it's Jeremy Corbell. Bob Lazar UFO presentation. This is a trailer. He's made a movie about Bob Lazar, so he's making a few bob out of the Skinwalker Ranch Twaddle, and now he's trying to make a few quid out of the old Bob Lazar story, with the help of George Knapp, of course, another well-known peddler of science fiction. Now, both Mr. Corbell and George Knapp in this video are saying, well, so what if Bob Lazar didn't actually go to those universities and get those degrees? So what? Doesn't mean he wasn't working on reverse engineering alien spacecraft. Hello? Anyone home? So it doesn't matter at all if Bob Lazar is lying about his academic background. He doesn't have any of these qualifications that he claims. He never went to Caltech and he never went to MIT. So what is what Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are saying. So what? Well, a couple of things to consider, of course. One is that if he's lying about his qualifications, it establishes Bob Lazar as a liar, doesn't it? So he's an established liar, and obviously a man of little or no integrity. The sort of person, in fact, that might actually make up a cock and bull story about working on alien spacecraft. The other thing, of course, is that if he's only qualified at community college level, as suggested by Stanton Friedman, of course, ignores Bob Mac Brazel's statement about the Roswell thing. So I'm not a fan of Friedman. Because I think he sort of embellished the Roswell story beyond all reason and ignores the facts, as do most people that would like it to be true. But anyway, Stanton Friedman says that he's done a little bit of research into Bob Lazar. He never went to these institutions, and he only went to a community college. Now, if he's got some sort of electronic Cert 4 or something like that from a community college, he is not going to be invited to reverse engineer alien spacecraft. So, I've said it before, I'll say it again, put a line through Bob Lazar. It's absolute rubbish. Don't waste your time and money on anything you hear from Bob Lazar. Oh, and Jeremy Corbell says, well, Bob Lazar had a particle accelerator. Yeah, he actually shows a clip of Bob Lazar saying, I had a particle accelerator in my master bedroom. And Jeremy Corbell says, well, I don't know anyone that had a particle accelerator in their master bedroom. Do you? And actually, you do. And I think Jeremy Corbell had a particle accelerator in his bedroom as well, because if you had a television with a cathode ray tube in it, the old TVs, the old black and white TVs and the old colour televisions that were around probably up until about 2000, I think. I can't remember when they actually started making the flat screen LCD and plasma type televisions, but all of the televisions before that used cathode ray tubes. And a cathode ray tube is in fact a particle accelerator. In fact, I'll leave a link below to the cathode ray tube. It accelerates electrons. from a gun at the back of the tube all the way along the neck to a sort of mesh screen on the inside of the glass, and it scans out. And there's coils wrapped around the neck of the tube to actually scan the picture up and down and from side to side. So a cathode ray tube in an old television is a particle accelerator. Now, I think Bob Lazar says, oh yes, I had a particle accelerator in my bedroom, meaning that he had a television in his bedroom. Because he's relying on nobody knowing that a cathode ray tube in an old television is in fact a particle accelerator. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? Got a particle accelerator in my master bedroom, but it's rubbish. It's twaddle, of course. In fact, I've still got 2 of the old TVs in a spare bedroom here at Mumbling Castle. So I've actually got a couple of particle accelerators in the back bedroom. So there we go. It's fanciful nonsense, of course. And Jeremy Corbell has banned me. It's another channel I'm blocked for, Jeremy Corbell's channel. I'll show you the comment that only I can see. I think I've mentioned it before. I've got a couple of other accounts, and I just use those to see whose channels I'm blocked from. And I left this comment earlier on. Where is it? I'll read more here. Okay, so this is the comment I left on Jeremy Corbell's under this Bob Lazar video on Jeremy Corbell's channel. You would have had a particle accelerator in your bedroom, Jeremy, as would everyone else. If you had a TV in your bedroom, you had a particle accelerator in your bedroom. The cathode ray tube, CRT in brackets. In old TVs, the large thermionic tube that you watch the picture on is a particle accelerator. I've left a link there to the explanation of the cathode ray tube, telling you that it's a particle accelerator, accelerates electrons. I then go on to say Lazar is an obvious fraud, sad but true, because, you know, I'd like there to be something to this story, but there really isn't. You know, they don't have a videotape. Oh yeah, but George Knapp says, oh well, we've got proof. We've got videotape of flying saucers above S4. Actually, they don't. They have pictures of bright lights in the sky over the Area 51 test range, you know. And I then go on to say they don't have a videotape of flying saucers over S4. They have a videotape of bright lights in the night sky. These could just as easily be the night shift arriving on a Janet flight. For those of you who don't know, people have flown out to Area 51 on these unmarked 737s. I suspect it's a 24-hour operation, so there might be a shift that starts late at night. Probably is, in fact, you know. And if you've ever been, I live in Australia, so you know, if I see an aircraft coming into a bush airport at night, it just looks like a big bright light, or sometimes more than one, and it actually looks like it's dropping vertically. You can't hear it, of course, because it's coming towards you, or coming towards me. So I suspect this is what they've filmed. So they haven't filmed flying saucers. I actually put those in quote marks. They haven't filmed flying saucers at all. I then go on to say, oh, actually, what I said at the beginning of this, because Corbell and Knapp say, so what if Lazar doesn't have his degrees, so what? I go on to say, you know, the degree issue is important regardless of what George Knapp. Actually, I didn't say or Corbell. I should have done. No one without a university degree is going to get anywhere near a project to reverse engineer an alien spacecraft. And if Lazar is lying about his academic background, he's established himself as a liar. He's a man with little or no integrity. The sort of man that would make up a cock-a-bull story about working on a top secret UFO project. And the other couple of other things to consider here is that Lazar said the thing was 30 feet in diameter. That sort of thing's going to fly around the galaxy, really, is it? You know, if there was such a thing and it was 30 feet in diameter, then it would have been recovered, because it would have been one of many on some sort of mothership. I would think. The aliens would recover. They wouldn't leave it here for us to examine, and they certainly wouldn't leave any biological samples here for us to examine. His explanation of how the propulsion system works is just preposterous. How many G's would it have to generate? He's talking about a gravity drive system. It would have to... his explanation of how it works is laughable. So, there you go. That's just a very, very quick video. And only I can see this comment, remember, because Jeremy Corbell has blocked me. And again, I'd ask the question, why? Why has Mr. Corbell blocked me? Why does Jeremy Corbell not want you to read the comment I made about Bob Lazar? And I think the fact that he doesn't want you to read it tells you all you need to know about Bob Lazar. It's a fanciful twaddle. Okay, well, just a very quick video, and I'll do some more as time permits. I've had a couple of requests. Some of them are even anatomically possible. But they're just going to have to wait. Just too busy at the moment to put any serious effort into any videos. So just a quick one on Bob Lazar. But as I've said previously, do yourself a favour. Forget Bob Lazar. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Perhaps I'll catch you again.